Okay. Alrighty. So laying down on the back. And let's let the hands, let's let them rest here at like the lower part of the ribs. So kind of where the ribs kind of drop off and they start to separate, just let the hands rest there. So when we take an inhale, we can, it's kind of this space more than any, we can really feel that expansion. We can feel that movement in the diaphragm. We can feel the ribs moving out. We can really like tangibly feel the breath moving. I'm gonna lay down too and do it. So hands on the lower part of the ribs, and just, nothing too serious, just feeling that inhale and exhale. The legs, the feet, they can be however you want, right? If we need a hip stretch, soles of the feet together, knees apart. If we need some space in the low back, the feet come wide, the knees together. I'm just turning the awareness into the breath. So allowing the eyes to close, not worrying about anything that's going on around us, right? Just feeling the rise and fall of the body with the breath. And then try to add a little bit of length to the inhale, a little bit of length to the exhale. And then finding a little pause at the top, a little pause at the bottom. And then feeling that sensation of the breath as it brushes the back of the throat. Working to keep this pace of the breath when we move through the practice. Planting the seed now that as we inhale, we expand, we grow, we get longer, taller, lengthen. And when we exhale, we draw in, we contract, we fold, we twist, we soften. Setting intention maybe to just be a little bit more gentle with ourselves, maybe taking a little bit more time and ease in each posture. Just come to this space to find this in each pose. And then slowly reaching the arms up and overhead. Let the legs stretch out long. Nice big full body stretch, right? We're first waking up. And then as we exhale, draw the knees into the chest. And a little rock from side to side. We'll set our feet down onto the floor, shift the hips over to the right side of the mat. Allow the left leg to stretch out long. Give a little squeeze of that right knee in towards the chest. Breathe in. As we exhale, take the right leg across the body. Walk left shoulder from under the chest. Allow the right shoulder to soften. And finding that space across the chest, across the upper back. And then perhaps turning the head over to the right. Completing the twist in the neck.
What did I say about that? What did I say about that?
Okay, then come back to center. Shift the hips over to the left. Let the right leg stretch out long. Squeeze the left knee into the chest. Take a big breath in. And exhale to twist. All right, again, give a little wiggle of the right shoulder so it comes from underneath the chest. Left shoulder melts down. Soften with the exhale. And then maybe the head turns over to the left. And then slowly come back to center. Shift the hips back to the middle of the mat. Okay, from here, crossing the right ankle over the left thigh. Let's give a little shift of that right leg back and forth a couple of times. And the next time the right knee is gently moving away from the body, we'll breathe in, flex the right foot. And as we exhale, squeeze the left thigh in towards the chest. All right, so walking the shoulders down and away from the ears, gently draw the left thigh towards the body. Maybe we can shift the legs over to the left a little bit. And draw that left thigh in a little bit more. Breathe into the right.
Hey, Carl.
And then from here, release the hands, slide the left thigh over the right thigh. And then hold the shins, draw the legs towards the chest. Draw the toes back towards the shins, little kind of steering handlebars with the legs, and squeeze the legs in. And then slowly unwind. One hand to each knee, circle the legs around a few times. And then in the other direction. Give a little rock from side to side a couple of times, squeezing the knees in towards the chest. And then we'll switch sides. Take the right foot to the floor, cross the left ankle over the right thigh. Just give a little wave of that left knee back and forth a few times. And then next time the left knee is gently shifting away. Take a breath in. And then as we exhale, interlace the hands behind the right thigh, hug the legs into the chest. All right, shift that right leg over a teeny tiny bit. And then as we draw the leg to the chest, think of the left thigh moving away from the body. Take a couple breaths here. And then from here, slowly release the hands. Slide the left thigh over the right thigh. Take a hold of our shins and then gently squeeze the legs in towards the chest. Right, offering the breath down into that left hip. And then slowly unwind the legs. Once again, circle them around a few times. And then other direction. All right, from here, let's go ahead and slide the left leg out long in front of us. Hug the right knee into the chest. Right? And then we're gonna extend the right leg up towards the sky. Draw the right toes back towards us. Inner thighs move forward and down and reach the right heel up. So you've got a little L shape with our legs here. You're gonna use your right hand out to the side. Now, maybe you can reach the toes and interlace the fingers. If that's not you, you're gonna just support the outer leg with the foot. Let's externally rotate the right leg. So right toes turn to the right. The whole leg turns out to the right, starting from the inner hip, right? And then from here, slowly, we're gonna open the right leg out to the side. So you can kind of just use these fingertips here on the outer leg as a kickstand, or you can interlace index, middle, and thumb around the big toe. Okay. We're gonna turn that right heel up to the sky, reach through the left heel, and then try to draw those right toes a little closer to the right shoulder as the right hip shifts away. We're gonna breathe. Left hip stays nice and heavy. All right, thoughtful, slow inhales and exhales. Last breath. And as we exhale, take the right leg back up towards the sky. Take a breath in, take both arms out into a T, and as we exhale, take that right leg across the body. Again, here you're gonna find a little kickstand with the hands. So the left hand can hold the lower leg or can interlace, right, on the or on the big toe. From here, take the right thumb into the hip crease. Press the right hip and the right thigh away. Breathe here. Engage the belly, take the right leg back up towards the sky, and then exhale, slowly let it come down towards the floor. Just reach the arms up and overhead, reach the legs out long. Notice the right leg probably feels a little bit longer than the left leg. That's what we're aiming for. Draw the left knee in towards the chest. Give it a little squeeze, and then extend the left leg up towards the sky. Right, again, a little L shape with the legs. Inner thighs rolling down. Heels reaching away from us, drawing the toes back towards you. Right, and then from here, externally rotating this left leg. So from within the hip socket, the leg turns out to the left. Toes now point to the left shoulder, or even further for some of us. Again, maybe you just hold this arm out here and you can catch the foot. Maybe you grab the big toe. Inhale, open the right or left leg rather out to the side. Right, until that arm finds the floor. Or you can hold it here, right? That's fine too. Keep that right thigh lowering down, right hip heavy on the ground. Breathe. And engage the belly, take the left leg back up towards the sky. All right, breathe in. And exhale, over to the other side, maybe holding on to the toe. Maybe, right, we can just hold on to that lower leg. All right, now from here, left thumb finds the left hip crease. We're gonna press the left hip and thigh away. And then slowly engage the belly, take the left leg back up towards the sky, and then lower left leg down to the floor. Take a full body stretch, reach the arms all the way up, reach the legs forward, and then again, hug the knees into the chest. A little rock from side to side. Take our right arm up and overhead and gently roll to the right side. And then we'll find our way right into a child's pose from here. So toes together, knees wide. Sink the hips back and down. Forehead will rest on the mat. Take a few breaths. And just feeling the belly spill down between the legs. Walk the hands back a teeny tiny bit. Spread the fingers out a little bit wider. So A little bit more connection with each part of the hand. Here, walk the hands over to the left side of the mat. Take the right hand over the left, and then sink that right hip down, stretch all through that right side. And then over to the other side. Same thing, left hand over the right hand. Sink the left hip down, breathe through the left side. And then back to center. Onto the hands and knees. Knees underneath the hips, hands underneath the shoulders. Spreading the fingers out wide. Inhale, cat cow. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. One more round like that. Inhale, heart forward. Exhale, round. And then start to circle the spine around. All right, so we're dropping the belly as we lift the head and circling the head around. And the other direction. And then back to center. Walk the hands forward a little bit. And then take the knees a little bit closer together. We're going to sink the hips forward and then over to the right, back towards the heels, and then over to the left. These big circles with the hips. And then over to the other side. And come back to center. And from here, take the knees back underneath the hips. We're going to engage the belly. Curl your left toes under for a moment. Draw the right knee into the chest. Step the right foot up towards the top of the mat. And then we're going to heel toe that right foot over to the right a little bit until both hands are to the inside of the foot. And then you're going to use these left toes that are curled under to scoot that left leg back. And then uncurl the toes, press the tops of the feet or top of the foot down into the floor. From here, turn your right toes out, and then we're gonna open the foot off the floor, but we don't wanna sickle the ankle, right? Strong flex through the foot so we're pressing into the edge. And then you can keep the left hand where it is, or you may wanna give yourself a little space and step it to the outside of the mat, and then take the right hand to the right inner thigh, press it away. We really want to be able to press the ground away in the left hand, turn the chest, and get some space in this right hip. Breathe here. Right hand down to the floor, step the left hand back in. Turn the right toes in now, right? So the right toes are pointing towards the front of the mat. And you can stay on the hands. Some people may want to come down to the forearms, right? If that works in your hips today. Or Reach my block, you can come down to a block. Just a couple breaths here. Press yourself up. From here, curl the left toes under, and then step the right foot back. Back into a child's pose, sink the hips back and down. And then we'll switch to the other side. Coming up onto the hands and knees. Curl the right toes under, and then we're gonna draw that left knee in towards the chest, step the foot between the hands. And then use this back foot, these right toes, to shift the right leg back. So you get a little bit more length so we start to get into these hip flexors, right? Uncurl the back toes. Step both hands to the inside of the foot. And then we're gonna turn the left toes out and then open the hip, right? Strong flex through the foot. Right hand can stay where it is, or you can move it up and out to the side a little bit. And then left hand comes to the left thigh. Give it a little press away. And then back to center. All right, we're gonna walk this left foot in a little bit. So turn the toes towards the front of the mat. You can stay on the hands here, just letting the heart move forward, or you can come down to the forearms, or perhaps bring the forearms down to a block. Staying up on the hands is perfectly fine though, right? Like this may be enough. Plant the hands. Curl the right toes under. We're just gonna shift it back. Once again into our child's pose. This time, take the arms alongside the body. Good. From here, we'll make our way back up onto the hands and knees. Walk the hands forward a little bit, spread the fingers wide. Curl the toes under from the low belly, lift the hips up and back, Adho Mukha Svanasana, downward facing dog. Right, so a nice little triangle here in the body where the tailbone, the top of the pelvis is like the tippy top. And then we wanna work towards some kind of even space between the hands and feet, right? Like that's kind of our blueprint, but it's different for everybody. So if you have longer dimensions in your upper body or legs, it's not going to be a perfect triangle. Right, so just working with your own body. And we're just going to pedal the heels, really curl these toes under, reach the opposite heel down, stretch the back of that leg. And then swap it out. And switch. And switch. And then come high onto the balls of the feet. Give a generous bend to the knees and then lift the hips up higher. All right, heels sink back and down. Turn the upper inner arms forward. Drop the shoulders down. Look between the hands. Inhale, lift the heels, bend the knees, step to the top of the mat. Inhale, half lift. Fingertips find the shins, heart forward. Exhale, hinge at the hips, fold it in Uttanasana. Inhale, sweep the arms out and up, all the way up to standing. Exhale, hands to the heart. Inhale, reach out and up. Exhale, fold it in. Inhale, half lift. Plant the hands, step the feet back, plank pose. Pause here. Feel the heels reach back, feel the inner thighs turn up, press the ground away. Center of the chest, heart, crown of the head moving forward, breathe in. With your exhale, gently take the knees to the floor, uncurl the toes, press the tops of the feet down into the mat. Turn the upper inner arms forward, rock the chest forward, and then exhale, lower down to the belly. Uncurl the toes. Press the tops of the feet down into the floor. Slide the hands back by the low ribs. Now let the forehead stay on the mat. Roll the shoulders down the back, firm the upper arms in, inhale, lift. Press down into the tops of the feet. Feel the outer ankles firm in, feel the inner thighs turn up. Crown of the head reaches forward. Exhale, lower. Inhale, lift. Widen across the chest. Feel the heels of the hands gently reaching back. Breathe in. Exhale, release. Again, inhale. And exhale. This time, take the fingertips to either side of the mat. So little cupcake hands here. Elbows bending. Press down into the tops of the feet. We're just gonna move with the breath. Right? Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. Inhale. Exhale, lower. Inhale. Exhale, lower. Take the hands by the low ribs, spread the fingers wide. Roll the shoulders down the back, firm the upper arms in, press down into the tops of the feet. This time you're gonna press up into straight arms. Widen across the chest. Exhale, curl the toes under, lift it up and back, downward facing dog. Breathe here. All right, can we find a new little alignment thing in each round of down dog, right? Can we find that lengthening in the neck by the softening of the shoulders? Good, inhale, lift the heels, bend the knees. Exhale, step or hop, top of the mat. Inhale, hop. Exhale, fold. Inhale, sweep it out. Exhale, hands to the heart. Okay, sun salutation A. Toes together, heels a little bit of space apart. We can do hips width distance here. So the inner thighs gently turning back, feel the belly drawing in and up. Inhale, reach the arms out and up. Movement originates on the upper back and the shoulder blades. Exhale, fold. Inhale, half lift. Plant the hands, step the feet back, plank Maybe the knees come down, press the tops of the feet into the floor. Strong through the belly. We're just gonna lower halfway. Rock the chest forward. Exhale, lower to the elbows. Inhale, over the toes, press down into the tops of the feet. Widen across the chest. Shoulder blades in. Exhale, curl the toes. Hips up and back. Down, down. Okay, again, 5 breaths here. You feel the biceps turning up to the sky, but keep the index and thumb pressing down. All right, this time walk the hands back towards the feet. Give a good bend to the knees, hang the upper body down. You can take the feet a little bit wider if you want. And then slowly roll yourself up. One bone at a time. Okay. Let's step wide on the mat and take some externally rotated postures. You've got a block. You may want to set it behind the right foot. Okay. From here, let's step the feet nice and wide. Take the hands to the hips. Good. From here, bend the right knee, pick the heel up, turn the toes, the knee towards the short edge of the mat here. And then firm through that right hip, right heel, pick the left heel up, shift it back. So the back foot's on a diagonal, and we're front heel to back arch aligned. Now, pick this right hip up, draw the right hip in, and then press the left thigh back. From here, turn the chest towards the long edge of the mat. Take the arms into a T, and then start to bend that left knee in line with the second and third toe. Right, so we can still see that right toe, and then hug the right hip in and under a little bit more. Press the left thigh back a little bit more, and then float the gaze over the right fingertips. Breathe here. Flip the right palm, reach the arm up and back, reverse. From here, reach the right arm forward, get long, find the block. Let the block come to the inside of the foot here. Block or the floor, right? Either way. Now we're gonna press the leg into the arm, press the arm into the leg. Keep firming that right hip in and under, pressing the left thigh back, and then start to turn the chest to the sky. From here, sweep the left arm, pinky outside of the palm faces down, nice neat line between that back heel and the fingertips, softening the right shoulder. Breathe. From here, reach the left arm up. Start to press into the ball of the right foot, straighten the knee. You're gonna switch, so your hand is now to the outside of the foot. Draw the right hip back and in a little bit more. Right, left thigh back. And again, this right side waist gets a little bit longer, lengthening through the left side, turn the chest. From here, turn the gaze down to the floor. Let the top arm come down. We're gonna pivot and walk ourselves around to the middle of the mat. So both feet now are pointing towards the long edge. Let's take a wide leg downward facing dog. Walk the hands out long, spread the fingers wide. Exhale, lower. Walk the hands back. Take the hands to the hips. Come all the way up to standing. If you're using a block, switch it over to the other side. Right. And the left knee, pick the heel up, turn the toes, the knee, the hip towards that short edge of the mat. Anchor, stabilize here, right? Through that left foot, left heel and hip. And then pick the right heel up, shift it back. Good. Now notice, right? We're not living the dream here. We want to pick that belly in and up. Left hip lifts firm and hug the left hip in and press the right thigh back. So to turn the chest though, towards the long edge of the mat, let's take the arms into a T. And then from here, bend left knee over second and third toe. Good. Scooping, hugging that left hip in and under the body, pressing the right thigh back to counteract that movement. And then from here, floating the gaze over the left fingertips. Right, nice and steady. Flip the palm, reach it up and back, reverse. And then from here, reach the left arm forward. Find your block. Let's go ahead and take it to the inside of the foot. Or the hand. Right. From here, let's sweep that right arm up. Turn the chest. Press the arm and the leg into one another. Maybe the gaze can move past. Inhale, arm up. From here, work that front leg towards straight. Move your little block friend or your hand over to the outside of the leg. Keep hugging the left hip in and back, right? Keep lengthening through both sides of the waist, soften the shoulders away from the ear. Breathe here. This time, let the top arm come down. Again, walk the hands around to the middle of the mat. Inhale, heart forward. So both feet are pointing towards the long edge. Exhale, fold it in. Move the hands slide back. Spread the fingers wide, soften the shoulders from the ears. Breathe here. Inhale forward. From here, hands to the hips once again. Come all the way up to standing. Good. Step the feet together. Keep the feet about hips width distance apart. Inhale, reach the arms out and up. Exhale, fold. Index, middle, and thumb wrap around the big toes. Inhale, heart forward. Exhale, Padma Uttanasana. Bend the elbows out. Inhale, heart forward. So if you've got a block, you may want to use it. We're gonna keep the right fingers wrapped around the right big toe. The left hand is gonna release and come out to the side. So either fingertips to the floor or fingertips to a block, right? We're gonna shift the weight into the left leg, pick the right leg up. Maybe you pause here. Maybe it works for you that that right leg can come out to the side. Lengthen through the sides of the waist, heart moves forward. Breathe, reach through that right heel. Exhale. Release. Okay. Slide our block friend over or just the hand. Switch sides, index, middle, thumb around the big toe. Shift the weight into the right leg, firm the right hip in, pick the left foot up. Inhale out to the side. Slowly lower. Inhale, heart forward. Exhale, fold. Inhale, heart forward again. Exhale, fold. Inhale, sweep the arms out and up. Breathe in, grow tall. Exhale, hands to the heart. Good. Come to the top of the mat. Inhale, reach it out. As we exhale, fold it. Inhale, half lift. And then from here, just step it back into a down dog. Come into pigeon pose from here. So you can always use some padding. I'm going to use a little bit of padding underneath my right hip today. Inhale, float the right leg up to the height of the hip. As we exhale, draw the right knee towards the right wrist, set the shin down, set the right hip down. Again, maybe it comes to the floor, maybe it comes to a blanket or a bolster. Inhale, get long. Exhale, fold it in. Right hip moving back, left hip forward. Breath moving into the right hip. Slowly start to press yourself up. Curl the left toes under. Press down into the hands. Reach the right leg up and back. Bend the knee, open the hip. And then set the foot down. Use the blanket on one side, swap it over to the other side. Inhale, float the left leg up. Exhale, knee to the chest, then knee to the left wrist, and then shift the hips back. Scooch the hips back. Inhale, get some length. Exhale, fold. And slowly start to press back up. Curl our right toes under. Lift the left leg up and back. Knee, open the hip. And then set it down. Keep the knees down to the floor. And then we'll make our way onto the back from here. Okay. Put the knees into the chest. Shift the hips over to the right. We're going to take a little yin twist from here. Hips over to the right. Hug the knees in. Cross the right thigh over the left thigh. Breathe in. Exhale. Just to the left. And back to center. Move the hips over to the left. Cross the left thigh over the right thigh. Breathe in. And exhale, twist. And slowly come back to center. Shift the hips back to the middle of the mat. Let's draw the knees into the chest and we'll take a happy baby pose from here. A little rock from side to side. Extend the legs. And then hug the knees into the chest. Release. A little yoga nidra from here. Make sure you're nice and comfortable. Allow the skin of the forehead to soften. The eyebrows gently shift away from one another. Allow the eyes to sink back in the sockets. Release and relax the jaw. Just feel the whole head heavy. Allow the awareness to move down the body. Feel the shoulders heavy. Arms all the way down to the fingertips. Both arms heavy, resting on the floor. Feel the rise and fall of the chest with the breath. Feel the rise and fall of the belly with the breath. Feel the hips heavy on the ground. Feel both legs heavy. The whole body heavy. Whole body supported. The whole body peaceful. You deepen the flow of the breath. Give a little wiggle to the fingers and toes. And as we inhale, reach the arms up and overhead. Take a full body stretch. Hug the knees into the chest. Give the legs a little squeeze towards the body. Little rock from side to side. And take the right arm up and overhead. Gently roll to the right side. And then slowly, mindfully press yourself up. Allow the hands to come and rest at the heart. Anjali Mudra in Sukhasana. Loka samasta sukhino bhavantu. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. May all beings everywhere be happy and free. May our thoughts, may our actions in some way contribute to their happiness and their freedom. Om, peace, peace, peace. Namaste. What did I do? Thank you. It's muted still.
Yep,
There we
yeah.
go.
Thanks, Jen. That was great. My own
Okay.
private little class.
Perfect. Yeah, it's nice sometimes, right?
I appreciate it.
All right. I will see you soon, okay?
Got it, girl. Have a
All
good one.
right. Bye.